The Mazda RX8 – Why you need one. What's up everyone? Thanks for all the support on the new videos by the way, it's great to be back. Amongst all Japanese manufacturers, Mazda has always thought differently. It has always been a company that dared to experiment with different concepts and technologies, making the car world a more exciting and colourful place. From the obscure but very innovative Mazda 1100 Cosmo Sport in the late 60s to until just a couple of years ago, Wankel rotary engines were always part of Mazda's lineup and a delicious mechanical treat for all dedicated car guys. But hold your spanners and Haynes manuals, here are 6 reasons why you need a Mazda RX8 in your life. Reason 1. Quirkiness. Rather unlike the mainstream car world, enthusiast car buyers are often attracted to strange, unusual, and downright wacky cars, and the Mazda RX8 is one of them. Simply put, it doesn't look, sound, or drive like anything else on the road. There are so many unique details on this car that it's hard to count them, but whether it's the 1.3-litre engine under the hood, the quad coupe body style, or numerous triangular details symbolizing rotary engines all over the bodywork, it certainly stands out. Even the gear knob's triangular. How's that for street cred? Still, it shows how much effort went into making this car. Reason 2. The Wankel rotary engine. Well, this one is a bit controversial, since the Wankel engine could be considered a pro as well as a con, probably depending if you've owned one. The Wankel engine is remarkable and totally different from any other internal combustion engine on the market. The key differences are that it's physically smaller, with a minuscule 1.3-litre displacement, and has just 2 rotating pistons. Strangely, the construction is technically much simpler than any other engine currently in production. Instead of pistons going up and down, they're actually more like spinning triangles, or rotors as they're officially called. As there are no opposing forces, it's just one spinning motion, and the engine is extremely smooth. It also allows the engine to be very compact, not much larger than the spinning rotor. The power output varies from 190 to 238 horsepower depending on model year, which is more than enough for a 1.3-litre naturally aspirated engine. However, due to the rotary, the 156 foot-pound of torque is below expectations. This means that you're going to have to rev it to 5,500 RPM to get any power. For all its advantages, the biggest concern most car buyers have is durability and maintenance. The Wankel engines are not exactly the most durable units on the market, and there aren't a lot of mechanics that know how to service them properly. Problems with valve seals, engine flooding, and hot starts have plagued the RX8 since its inception, and are truly headache-inducing. Fuel economy is also dreadful, but there is an upside to this, which I'll address later in the video. Reason 3. 4 doors and 4 seats. At first glance, the RX8 looks like a regular 2-door sports coupe, but in fact it's much more. This is the only quad coupe on the market, which is an extremely unique body style. It features 4 doors, the rear one being the suicide type, and 4 proper seats. This is one of the biggest advantages of the RX8 and transforms it from a fun weekend canyon carver into a practical daily driver with space for 4 people and luggage. We have to applaud Mazda for making such a practical sports car, and also for managing to hide the rear doors without compromising elegant and dynamic lines of the vehicle. Of course, it is still a sports car, so you can't expect the same legroom as you'd get in the Volkswagen Passat, but for its size, you might be surprised. Reason 4. Driving dynamics. All this talk about the rotary engine, the lightweight body, and unique features doesn't mean anything until you sit behind the wheel of a Mazda RX8. Only then will you fully realize why this particular car is so highly regarded and why you need one right now. Since the engine is light, the car is perfectly balanced with precise steering and dependable brakes. Of course, the most interesting aspect is the engine, and if you haven't driven a Wankel before, be prepared to be very surprised. This motor revs very quickly, and it's more like an electric motor than a petrol one. In fact, Jeremy Clarkson humorously described it as so smooth it feels like it's running on double cream. There is no instant surge of torque, just a gradual increase as you reach the rev limiter. A 6-speed manual and 9,000 RPM redline are all part of the fun too, and you might find it becomes quite addictive. Until the fuel tank runs dry, that is, as it will damn quickly, unfortunately. Reason 5. Low price. Very. When it was new, the Mazda RX8 started from around £26,000 or dollars depending on spec. Like I said earlier in the video, the upside to its poor fuel economy and reliability means that prices on the second-hand market are hilariously low. Currently, you can find dozens of RX8s for sale for as little as a couple of £1,000s in the UK or dollars in the USA. Some even sell for less money than that, with many less than 50,000 miles, which is insanity. Unless you want a permanent headache for the next year though, I'd suggest that you stay away from the cheapest cars, as it's probably a better idea to spend a bit more on well-documented ones with full service history and no accidents. These go for around $4,000 to $8,000 or pounds, still decent value to be fair. This will give you a bit more peace of mind in terms of potential breakdowns, although don't get too comfy. Reason 6. Aftermarket support. Like almost all Japanese performance cars, the Mazda RX8 also enjoys enormous support from aftermarket parts from specialists and tuning houses. There's so much that you can do to your car for not a lot of money, really. From simple aesthetic enhancements to serious performance upgrades, such as turbo kits, extra rotors and racing suspension, there is a whole world of components for you to choose from. If I was in your place, I'd stay away from horrendous body kits and graphics and concentrate more on the technical aspects. Nobody wants to see another coupe ruined with eBay Chinese rims, excessive camber and Lambo doors, although, to be fair, the choice is yours. So there you are. Would you risk it on an RX8? Would its low price and great performance tempt you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like or dislike the video. Cheers!